We've all been there, haven't we? You and your dad are not seeing eye to eye. Maybe it's about your career, your choices, or how you spend your time. It doesn't matter what the issue is. What matters is that it leaves you both feeling frustrated, misunderstood, and maybe even hurt. But here's the thing, our family relationships, especially with our parents, are some of the most important ones in our lives. And when we let conflicts fester, we lose something precious. The chance to grow together, to understand each other. Today, let's talk about how to fix things with your father using some Stoic wisdom. Don't worry, this isn't about being perfect. It's about making small, thoughtful changes that can have a big impact. First, let's take a step back. Why do these conflicts happen? Often it's because there's a lot of love, but also a lot of expectations. Your dad might have certain ideas about how you should live your life based on his experiences, and naturally you have your own view of the world. These two perspectives can clash, especially when neither side is feeling heard. But let's look at it through a Stoic lens for a moment. One of the most powerful teachings in Stoicism is the Dichotomy of Control. It's about recognizing what we can and can't control. You can't control your father's opinions, but you can control how you respond. Instead of trying to change his mind, focus on your actions, your reactions, and how calm you can stay in the conversation. Let's get into some real-life examples. Imagine you're having a disagreement with your dad about something important, like your career choices. Maybe he's upset because he thinks you're making a mistake, and you're frustrated because you feel like he doesn't understand you. Step 1. Practice patience. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and a great Stoic, always talked about patience. He said that we shouldn't let anger or frustration control us. Easier said than done, right? But here's a practical way to use that wisdom. When your father is speaking, instead of thinking about how to respond or defend yourself, just listen. Really listen. Take a breath and allow yourself to fully hear what he's saying. Step 2. Control your emotions. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, reminded us that it's not events themselves that upset us, but our opinions about them. In that moment of conflict, it's not your dad's words that are causing frustration. It's how you're reacting to them. If you can step back and separate your emotions from the situation, you'll feel more in control. So, when he's finished speaking, pause. Don't rush to respond. Take a moment to gather yourself. Step 3. Perspective shift. This one's important. Seneca taught us to try to see things from the other person's perspective. Imagine being in your father's shoes for a minute. He's likely speaking from a place of care, even if it comes off as harsh or critical. Recognizing that his concern comes from love, not judgment, can make a big difference in how you respond. You're not in a battle, you're having a conversation. Let me give you an example that a lot of us can relate to. Let's say you want to pursue a creative career, something like art, music, or writing, but your father believes in more traditional careers. He says, you're throwing away your future, or you'll never make enough money. At that moment, your first reaction might be frustration. You feel like he doesn't understand your passion, and maybe you even feel like he's dismissing your dreams. But this is where you can apply Stoicism. Instead of getting defensive, try this. Breathe. Take a deep breath before responding. Acknowledge his concerns. Say, Dad, I understand why you're worried. I know you want what's best for me. Then calmly share your perspective. Explain why this path is important to you, not with anger, but with clarity. I'm choosing this because it makes me feel fulfilled, and I'm committed to making it work. It's not about changing his mind. It's about creating a space where both sides are heard and respected. Even if you don't agree, you're building a bridge instead of burning one. At the end of the day, family is where we learn the most about ourselves. It's where we're challenged the most, but also where we can grow the most. Our relationships with our parents, our fathers especially, are one of the longest lasting relationships we have. And when they're filled with understanding, patience, and respect, they become one of the strongest foundations in our lives. Stoicism reminds us that we are all connected. Your father isn't just another person, he's someone you share a deep bond with. By working on this relationship, by applying these Stoic principles, you're not only making your family stronger, you're making yourself stronger. Family is messy, complicated, and sometimes frustrating. But with a Stoic mindset, you can face these challenges with grace and resilience. When it comes to fixing things with your father, remember, it's not about being right, it's about being calm, compassionate, and patient. Your relationship is worth the effort, and every small change you make brings you closer to a stronger bond. So the next time you find yourself at odds with your dad, take a breath, reflect on what's truly in your control, and approach the situation with an open heart and mind. And remember what Seneca said, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. In this case, even to listen, to be patient, and to understand, that's the courage we need. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. Now that you've heard this message, take a moment to think about someone in your life, someone you care about, who might be going through a similar challenge. It could be a friend, a family member, or even someone you've had your own disagreements with. Maybe they need to hear these ideas, to reflect on how they can bring more understanding and peace into their relationships. Stoicism teaches us that we're all connected, and part of living a virtuous life is sharing wisdom when we find it. So if this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Pass it on to someone who might benefit from it. Whether it's your father, your son, your partner, or even a colleague, this kind of reflection can make all the difference. And remember, improving your relationships, one conversation at a time, is a lifelong journey. But every small effort counts. If you found value in today's video, share it, reflect on it, and take that first step towards stronger, more meaningful connections. To live in harmony with others is to live in harmony with oneself. Let's all strive for that harmony, within ourselves and with the people who matter most to us.